Hi Virgos, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah Tarot and today we're going to do your October reading. So what I have here is the general energy of your October. Then we will pull cards for each area of your life and then we'll move into advice. So let's get right into it. We have the Sustainer coming in the middle already. Truth be told, relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good, and awakening. Make sure you can see everything here. Then we have Apple. So right off the bat, Virgos, looks like October is going to be holding a lot of new energy for you. I think that there's going to be a lot of new energy in the form of different things coming in, not just creatively. I also feel like there's going to be new energy coming from people in October. I think you might be meeting new people that bring a new energy to your life, or some of your existing relationships might have a shift for the better. I think that there is also going to be a lot of spiritual shifts for you and psychic shifts for you in October, Virgos. So you see here with this awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, and I feel like it is resonating quite a lot with this Apple in this Sustainer card, which I am really feeling like a huge breath of new life and new energy. I think that there is a huge upgrade happening for you on an energetic level in October. Maybe things are going to click for you, or maybe you're going to be receiving a gift from spirit. I definitely am getting the feeling that some of you guys will be receiving a gift from spirit, and I have a strong feeling it's going to be something tangible, something physical. Maybe some of you guys will be receiving a new tool in October that is going to help you with your spiritual journey. But yes, I think that with this energetic upgrade you're going to be experiencing, there's going to be a few different ripple effects of that. First of all, I feel like you're going to be able to get some real clarity on the kinds of people you want in your life, which as a Virgo, I'm sure you already have a very specific set of standards for the people that you allow into your space. But I think that this is going to get another layer of improvement in October. I think you're going to have some new updated standards, and you're also going to have clarity on knowing what is best for you in a new way in October. I think that with this new clarity, you might be moving to make some improvements in your relationships. You might be seeking some new relationships, whether that be friendship, family, romance, or more. But I think you're going to be doing some relational reorganization as a result of this energetic upgrade and mental clarity you'll be receiving in October. Definitely going to be a lot of mental growth for you and spiritual growth for you, Virgo. I definitely am just feeling a lot of mental clarity and intuitive clarity. It seems like if there was a haze before, it's going to clear out finally, and it's going to be a lot of metaphorical clear skies in your mind in October. For some of you guys, I'm even feeling to the level of a spiritual breakthrough. Just a new level that is opening itself up to you in October. I am going to look into the Guidebook for Apple, because for this deck, I always like referring to that for additional messages. Apple. Not so long ago, you set out on a path with a goal in mind. Now, after all your hard work, determination, and passion, you're so close to completion that you can almost taste it. But a hitch has pushed you back a few steps, undoing some progress. Don't let frustration convince you to throw it all away. Have patience, untangle the knot in front of you, and accept that delays are inevitable. Success will be just as sweet tomorrow as it would be today. So it seems like there might be a message in there for some of you guys. Specifically, I am getting the larger feeling though that it's just a message to be patient with others and yourself in October, Virgos. Maybe with some of this relational reshifting or reorganizing you'll be doing, you're gonna have to let people adjust to that, so to speak. And even though you naturally adjust to things very well, other people might need a little bit more time. So even if it is a little bit difficult, then just give people some time, practice some patience, and know that you are going to enjoy the rewards once it is ready to come. So what we're going to do next is we are going to pull a card for each area of your life and see what that is going to be like in October, Virgos. Spirit, what are my Virgos' health going to be looking like in October? Ooh, we have the Four of Wands. I get the general feeling your health is going to be pretty good in October, Virgo. I think that you've already been laying some groundwork in terms of your health. Maybe you've already had some health initiatives or intentions you've already been working on. In October, you're really going to start seeing some results. Yes, I definitely see a lot of structure having been put in place before that is going to benefit you in October for your health. And I think you're going to be really satisfied. You're going to be quite happy about your health results in October. Maybe for some of you, if you've been making progress at the gym, for example, you're going to be seeing a major breakthrough. Just something that you're going to really want to celebrate in October. Spirit, what is my Virgo's social life looking like in October? We have the Page of Wands. So I definitely feel like, especially bouncing off of this relationships card, some of you guys are going to be meeting some new people that you really like in October, Virgo. I think that you're going to be vibing with some people, and you're going to vibe with them so much that it's almost going to seem like you're going to get some of that soul family kind of a vibe. I'm getting the image of someone who clicks with you so well, you almost see a halo around their head and you just want to be their best friend. I'm also hearing a specific message that some of you guys are going to meet someone new, like a new friend, who's going to seem a little naive, but you're going to find them quite endearing, like you want to take them under your wing. Yeah, so I think that socially you're going to be making some new steps, but you're going to be quite excited about it. Even if you only make one new friend in October, I think it's going to be a major start to a new relationship, Virgo. What is my Virgo's creativity looking like in October? Ooh, we have the Four of Swords. There is a double four synchronicity already, Virgo, which definitely feels like October is going to be quite stable for you. I also feel like some of your pre-existing systems you've already put in place are going to kind of continue turning their wheels smoothly. For creativity specifically, I think that there is a message here that creativity might slow down a little bit in October, kind of take a pause. And I think that this is a strategic time to take a bit of a rest. I know that you guys are busy bees, but it looks like creativity needs a little bit of time to incubate in October. I think that it's similar to sometimes we just need to turn our phones off and leave them off for a little bit before we restart it back up. I think that mentally that is going to be beneficial for you. I think that also if you want to work on your creativity in October, that meditation is a very strong tool for you to reconnect with your creativity and also just kind of refuel those creative energies, Virgos. What is finance looking like for my Virgos in October? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Looks like finance might be a little cloudy. It might be a little hard to just know for sure what the best move is for your finances in October, Virgo. I think that it is always a good idea to, when you're not really sure about the answers, to ask someone you trust for advice or to take a strategic pause until things are looking a little clearer for you. I think there's going to be more of an emphasis on other areas of your life in October, and this might be why finances are taking a bit of a back seat. For some of you guys, it might be something specific, such as you are simply confused about something in your financial area that you're trying to figure out right now, or you are waiting on the answers from someone else you've already asked. Either way, I think that this is a good time to let things settle a bit for your finances in October. What is my Virgo's career looking like in October, Spirit? And career doesn't have to be just work. It can also be your studies or your hobbies, or in your case, Virgos, I find plenty of Virgos always have kind of your personal projects, so it could also be those as well. But what is my career looking like for my Virgos? Ooh, we have two cards for you. We have number 8, Strength, and the 6 of Swords. So I think that some of you guys are going to be moving on from a less than ideal career situation in October, and it's going to be it's going to feel like time for you because you're finally going to feel like you have the confidence and the power to do that. Maybe you were waiting on receiving news for a new position or something similar to that, but October is finally the time for you to move on. I think that if you're not quite literally doing that yet, I think that October is also a time for you guys to come to that realization that you may not be happy with your current situation, but you find that you are now ready to move on, or you have made the realization that you want to move on from your current career situation in October. If you're not quite literally shifting from a current position, I think this is also a message that some of you guys are going to be making a realization that you want to improve things in your career. And finally, this part is optional, but is for those of you Virgos who resonate with it. But we're going to pull a card to see what your romance is looking like in October. We have the 10 of Swords. So interesting, in reverse as well. And that is a guillotine. I think already there is a strong indication that some of you guys might be experiencing a breakup, in October, or a ending of a relationship. It could be ending a flirtationship, could be ending your conversations with the people you're talking to, but it definitely feels like also with the relationships card and the general energy that we already saw in October, that you guys are going to be really evaluating the kind of romance that you want and the kind that you don't, and as is the Virgo fashion, be completely fine with just cutting that out and stopping it in its tracks. I'm getting a really strong vibe of just being like, yep, I'm done with this BS. You're out. That kind of strong, clear, abrupt stop for your less than ideal romantic situations in October, Virgo. So we are going to clear this out and we are going to move on to advice. What we're going to do is we're going to kick off our advice section with some little FAQs. And then we are going to just open the floor to larger general advice from Spirit for how you can make the most of October. Okay, and we are going to start with a challenge for October. So Spirit, what can you tell me about a challenge my Virgos are going to face in October? Ooh, we have the Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting the feeling that some of you guys are going to find it challenging to be patient when it comes to your financial answers in October. And I definitely find that on brand for you guys, as you're very used to things moving along and you knowing the best move. But I think that patience is definitely going to be a challenge for you. And I'm getting a specific message that you might also find it challenging to feel abundant in October, Virgos. Maybe because of these financial pauses and hiccups, you might be experiencing some feelings of scarcity or feeling low energy or like you need to do something since you're so action oriented. So just something to be mindful about. Just remember that feelings of scarcity and fear are completely normal, but we shouldn't let them consume us as they don't serve us in the longer run. So let's see what Spirit has advised for your self-care in October. Spirit, what do you advise my Virgos to do for self-care in October? We have 23 family. So it looks like there is definitely a call here for some of you guys to rely on your family for some support. Maybe there's a message that this is a good time for you guys to reconnect with your family. For some of you guys, I'm hearing if you're not really close to your family, this is also a good time for you guys to heal a familial trauma. If you, for example, have a less than ideal mother complex, this might be a good time for you to take some time to heal that. And I definitely am also hearing that this doesn't have to be blood family. This could also be chosen family. Just connecting with those in your circle who you feel really close and safe with and bring a lot of comfort to you, especially with that emphasis on your relationships and this energetic upgrade in October. I am definitely hearing for you Virgos to really appreciate and sit in that appreciative comfort and gratefulness for those in your circle who you do feel like are up to your standards, so to speak, who you do feel like are there for your greater good, and you would really who you really appreciate having around in the first place. So I think that is a very loving message for your self-care in October. Next on this kickoff section, we are going to see something that you should be mindful of in October. Spirit, what is something my Virgos should be mindful of in October? And we already have the Eight of Swords. I am already getting the feeling to be mindful of any feelings of overwhelm, or specifically if there's any situations where you might feel attacked in October, to be mindful of those situations and what you can do to remove yourself from them or to offer comfort to yourself. I think that there's definitely an emphasis on relying on community here, maybe some of that chosen family you have, and asking for help when you know that you need it, which might be difficult for some of you guys, but I feel like in October, with this energetic upgrade in your relationships, I think that that also has to do with your relationship to yourself. So you can really start that by simply being mindful of any negative feelings that come up during your experiences in October, and really sitting with them and trying to understand where they come from and what you can do to heal that. There is a strong message here also that in that same vein, to be mindful of any situations that really scare you to the point of even paralysis, where maybe you feel like you can't even take the next step forward because you're just worried of doing the wrong thing. That is also a situation in which you might want to pause, see the situation for what it is, maybe ask a loved one for advice. And to remember again that fear is normal, but we shouldn't let it control us. So definitely be mindful of any situations in which you feel scared or overwhelmed, Virgo. So finally, we are going to just open the floor up to Spirit's advice for us on making the most of October. Spirit, how can my Virgos make the most of October? We already have the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm definitely hearing, for those of you guys who might have abandonment issues, to really look into ways to make yourself feel safe and secure. Even if it's not abandonment issues, there is a strong message here for my Virgos to find the things that make you feel safe and secure in general and really lean into that for support in October. That could also be people, by the way. We have the Queen of Pentacles. There is a message here for really leaning into being patient once again in your financial affairs, knowing that Spirit's also doing their work behind the scenes to support you and to, as with anyone who is wise with their finances, if you're not completely sure, and that includes being sure of whether you want to take a risk or not, by the way, then to pause and look at the situation for what will benefit you the most in the long run, even if that means having to lose out on the short run. I think that there is also a message here to be mindful of your feelings of abundance and manifesting or cultivating your feelings of abundance in October. Else we have for advice on making the most of October. Ooh, I'm definitely feeling like with that potential feelings of scarcity in October, Virgo, to try to not let that goad you into being really stingy. I'm not sure what all you need to spend your finances on, but even if you don't have to spend it on something, to be mindful of the feeling of hoarding, and hoarding specifically out of fear. And consider too the difference between hoarding out of fear and saving, intentionally saving resources for the future. Saving resources for the future is something that you do lovingly and in advance to prepare future you for any setbacks, whereas hoarding for out of fear is exasperating these feelings of scarcity. So next we have number 20, Judgment. I definitely feel like I'm getting the mental reminder of that truth be told card when we were looking at our general energy of October. I think that you guys are going to be making some big realizations in October, not just about your relationships, but I mentioned that you guys are going to have more clarity in general. So I think that you're in store for some big realizations, and as a result, some serious decisions and positive changes you want to make in October because of these realizations. I'm also hearing that some of you guys might learn something new about flexibility and about particularly just going with the flow in October. I do think that there's also a message that spending some time intentionally learning a little bit more about going with the flow and trusting things and being flexible even when our plans don't go according to plan will be helpful for you in October. And we have the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords. I think that there is advice here for you guys to put some effort in really paying attention to your emotions, as I was mentioning before. And that includes if you need to confide in a loved one to process some of those emotions. I think that would be really beneficial for you guys to create a sense of relief and release, especially releasing negative feelings that you have been holding in. I definitely get the sense that a lot of you guys have a tendency to hold your negative emotions in for your own reasons, and that one of the ways you can make the most of October is to make sure that you express those in a healthy way, to remind yourself that expressing your emotions doesn't paint you in an unattractive light, and that some people might even look at you with more respect or more endearment is what I'm hearing, for taking the courage to express how you're feeling and vent your emotions, those of you who care about you in your life. And I think that that is going to give you a lot of comfort and kind of clear up some of that mental haziness that might come from confusion in your finances in October. I think that in general, from a coping perspective, that's also going to bring you a lot of release in October, my Virgos. I'm also getting a specific message that some of you guys might feel a strong need to share some of the revelations or realizations that you're having in October, and that there is an encouragement to do that, because I think that that will also give you some release to kind of put that out into the world. And I think it'll also help you kind of organize your thoughts, especially because you have such strong mental energy, Virgo. I think that expressing some of the things that you learn, it doesn't even have to be to someone else. It can be in some form of writing or something similar, but just kind of letting those additional thoughts out there will help keep things moving well and healthy and clear in your mental space as well. Finally, we are going to pull some cards for some encouraging messages from Spirit to leave you with. Spirit, may I please get some encouraging messages for my Virgos, please? First we have, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So exactly what I said earlier, there were a few themes of fear of scarcity and other kinds of fear in October for you, Virgo. And I think that that is a message from the universe that in times where you feel really scared, to make sure that you put in some kind of prayer or some intention on helping you get the clarity to remember that everything happens for you, not to you. And that oftentimes negative experiences are there for us to learn a lesson and to ultimately move us closer to the best version of ourselves. So this might be an opportunity for you guys to reach a new level of your ability to manifest abundance and to feel abundant on a regular basis. We have, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. I think on top of that, if you find yourself struggling, I think that that is a message from Spirit to find something that you really enjoy doing and something that really makes you feel lost in time. You enjoy that activity so much, it just seems like time just flies fast, and you'll find a lot of that fear disappear or get released while you are making room to have fun. And also it gives room for the universe to kind of do their magic as you're enjoying yourself and help you not be so hung up on your worries. Ooh, we have, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world, and joy is the ultimate creator. So once again, I think that there is a message here from Spirit that they will be able to help you so much more if you focus on things that raise your vibration in terms of making you feel good, making you feel happy and like everything is going to be fine. And especially in times where you're feeling fear or feeling scarcity, to look for those activities that bring you joy and to put yourself in those environments where you're feeling that joy, and you'll find that things will suddenly move faster and progress a lot faster than they seem like before. I think that here, this is also a message to, when you are really feeling it, to not just have fun, but also pause and enjoy some meditation and some quietness. I think that that will give you a sense of peace through some of the challenges that you have in October. But yeah, I think that I'm going to leave you with that, Virgos. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I hope that you guys have a wonderful October, and thank you so much for being here. If you feel called to, please feel free to leave me a like or subscribe, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye!